after a brief encounter with Magister Mordin, their longtime foe, and a dangerous excursion in a violent storm, the party is back on track. Even though Rolandir suffered a gruesome injury, they were able to set it and continue on their way, onward and upward to the Crown of Aegedon, where their goal yet lies.
While everybody was tending to Rolandir and getting his leg fixed up, Vamok enlisted the help of Brynir and got any supplies in his demiplane out so that he can share with the group.
Yeah, you two were able to scrounge up a good amount of food and water that will sustain you for a little ways as you go on traveling, but it would still be wise to get what supplies you can, meat your game or however, as you continue up the mountain, as this may be your last chance before conditions become truly inhospitable.
I think that Mick, from the last experience of hunting, will probably not take initiative with that, but will offer her shoulder for Rolandir to lean upon as he walks.
He gratefully accepts it and will lean pretty heavily as they walk.
Shoot, she's like, 5'7" now, so it works great.
Corio will be on the other side, not supporting you, but just watching out, monitoring this leg. And you can even feel this little connection of blood magic between you and her as she periodically checks in.
Okay. Speaking of blood magic, is Rolandir able to, get any sense from the thing that he believes he's successfully implemented with Mordin in his little blood magic stint?
You don't feel anything, unfortunately.
Okay.
If something did occur, which you, again, believe it did, your best guess is that it may be proximity rather than an exact location.
Gotcha. Okay.
You'll get a tingling in your bones when Mordin's close.
My leg starts going back and forth.
Storms are coming.
Your fibia snaps when Mordin appears.
Mordin's close! Gosh.
Having started back onto our trek, Brynir is going to address everyone and say, "We should make a hunting party and get as much food as possible as Rolandir and whoever is helping him continue forward."
I agree. I'm more than happy to help. I don't know how much use I will be, but I did not go last time, so it seems only fair to volunteer.
Perhaps anyone who is not helping Rolandir, just in case we find something of substantial means, that we can have means to carry it.
Vamok, without even saying too much, he'll go forward, scan, see if he can see any signs of life, any signs of animals or whatnot, or just kind of look around at the general lay of the land, see if he knows perhaps some good potential spots where an animal would make a burrow or something to hole up during a winter storm.
Is it possible for Val to help and give advantage?
Yes, you can help.
Vamok actually, he will say kind of what he's looking for. He's not total lone wolfing it, so Val can keep his eyes peeled for the same stuff.
I'm looking with my peepers.
It's not terrible. Got a 23.
You succeed.
Sweet. Then Vamok will lead Val over to a little rocky outcropping and, just kind of some stones and, show that there's a little, almost like a depression in the snow, right, where you can tell it would go in and make a good area for an animal to hide out in. And then he'll look at Val and, "It is likely that whatever resides here is a smaller creature. If any of you do not wish to look, now would be the time to turn away."
Val is still actively covered in drying blood. Just kind of at this point.
He's trying to play nice, and he knows how it went with the turtle.
Oh, you don't know squat, man. Just kidding.
Then Vamok pushes away some of the snow, and it's not hard for him to reach in and grab a small furry creature, somewhere between a rabbit and a squirrel. This thing was just hibernating, and he will take it out, and you see it kind of start to, squirm and struggle a bit, and he's just going to very quickly give it a good whack on the head, and it'll go limp. "This is a good start, but it will not be enough for everyone. We should continue to look, see if there are more burrows in the area.
I trust you all know what to look for.
I do now, yeah.
I'll start looking for some tracks.
You are free to look, but any warm-blooded animal will likely still be hibernating, not likely to come out.
Well, perhaps then I can learn some more from you. Tell me, Vermak, how did you come upon this knowledge?
Vermak looks a little, I don't know, pensive.
It is part of the Goliath way of life. We lived in the mountains, drew strength from it. Strength was all there was to a Goliath. So much so that many of my kin accelerated their own deaths, trying to outdo themselves in great feats of strength. I myself thought that I was above it, yet here I am, living by the same words that my father taught me. The strong survive and the weak perish. But words that I thought I would be free from. I thought that coming to this place, to this world, would allow me to escape their grasp. But it seems that in some way, I am doomed to repeat the mistakes of my people. Knowledge of foolishness does not necessarily give one the power to overcome it, as I have seen in my own case. And even now I fear that I would do something foolish in the name of power, in the name of strength, or that some other being would use my own propensities to control me, to influence me. But I suppose that does not answer your question, Brynir. In short, I was taught to hunt by my father, through brutal lessons, but they were effective.
Quite effective. And those teachings, they can save us now. You have been through a lot, Vermak, and I don't think you give yourself enough credit. Sometimes we are not better than ourselves, but we can believe in others that can make better choices.
Are you two just walking while you're talking?
We're looking around, trying to find, some more burrows and animals and things.
All right. With that check you made a while back, as you trudge along through the snow, up and up, looking for paths, looking for safe footing, and coming across a patch of gravel and stone and whatnot, you recognize the form of this creature that you'd seen the other day with Mick and Corio.
Ah, there you are.
Vermak, Luna, and Val hear Brynir say this as his attention turns toward a pile of rather inconspicuous stones.
The what is?
The tortoise creature. Can you not see it?
Val makes a face at Bryn. You're like, of course I can't see it.
Almost as if on cue, though, as you approach, the rocks shift, and from this stone, where you can now recognize Val and Luna too, and well, Vermak as well, who hadn't seen it before, that the rocks are in a pattern, like a repeating pattern on its back. And Brynir, you're noticing too that this is different than the one you'd seen before, but it's still the same construction that allowed you to see it. This creature, its fur seems to be grayed and long, covering almost up to its feet, like dragging along in the snow underneath it. And as its head slowly comes out of this rocky shell and just looks up at you, it almost has like a mane and then this just beard of long white fur. And it looks at you with this frown and these tiny little black eyes, and it just like slowly chomps its mouth once and then starts to move away even more slowly.
This one's lived a good life. We can kill it.
It's Master Oogway.
It's old.
Not quite the same one. This one seems to be of an aged condition.
It's also a fair bit larger than the last one you saw.
Quick, it's getting away.
It moves like 2 feet as you decide.
It took everything in me not to say that as Val.
I love it so
Would Val
much.
be so
Damn it.
macabre?
I don't think that Val has that joke in him.
Hopefully we can get some good meat. It seems to be a bit larger than the previous one, and that one was no slouch.
I mean, if the last one was the size of like a rhino, this one's the size of an elephant.
The last one was the size of a rhino?
Yeah, it was big.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I thought it was just some giant tortoise.
I thought it was like dog sized. That's huge.
Brynjar is going to try to figure out a way to make a way to its neck and essentially slit its throat, trying to make it a quick and painful death.
Painless?
Painless. Quick and painless death.
Yes, painful death.
And painful.
This turtle's gonna
Brynjar
pay.
goes up and he stabs it in the eye. Gah! Don't like that?
Whoops, missed.
A quick and painless death.
You have an axe or a sword or what?
A spear. Well, he also has a sword. Sword might be better for slitting throats. But before he does anything, Brynjar is going to, as he's approaching it, he kind of hoping that it's able to hear, he's going to look at it and say, "Thank you for your blessing." And then he's going to do his best to kill it.
Trying to just even get the sword through this mass of hair is already causing some difficulty, but then as you slide it along the underside of this creature's throat, there's a scraping noise and you feel your sword rattling. There's almost a spark, honestly, as you pull it out, and your sword is just like chipped along the edge. It looks up with its little eye and it just like blinks once, and then again turns and starts walking, not paying you any mind.
Turning to everybody, Brynjar is going to say, "Well, perhaps this is going to be a little more difficult than I had anticipated.
What do you mean?
It seems to have a bit of a rough skin. Just see what it did to my sword here." And he tries to point out the chink in the sword.
Well, if that's any indication that we shouldn't be killing it, I think that's one. Honestly, it looks like we have enough to sustain ourselves for a while. We may as well just carry on and not have to... Well, you really want to kill that thing. We don't need it.
From a pragmatic point of view, it would actually be far too much meat for us anyway. Now that each of you are equipped with all of my vast hunting knowledge, we should be able to continue foraging as we go along. I say we go back to the others. We can make a small meal out of these and continue up the mountain.
If anything, I think it'd be better to stay here for now and wait for them to come to us. We have solid ground, there's less snow. May as well build a fire and get things cleaned and dressed and whatnot. Here. And Luna will hold out her hand to Vamok, indicating for him to give her one of the animals.
Vamok doesn't even question it. He just hands one off to her. He's going to pull out a hunting knife of his own and start skinning it.
Luna will do the same, taking out a small dagger from her belt and just like Arthur Morgan style. Whoosh.
Oh, yeah.
That quick?
She got skills.
Luna's lived on the streets, you guys. She skinned rats every day.
Rabbits aren't too different than rats, and I had to eat those for the first 15 years of my life.
And rats in Bastion were huge.
And I'm not talking about the rodents either. You ever skin a rat?
You snitches get stitches.
So, and then she takes a big drag of her cigarette.
Flicks it. Let's get back to it.
As this group gets a fire going and starts taking apart the rabbits, Mick, Corio, and Rolandir make their way up without incident.
And as they're approaching, Rolandir's just finishing up his entire recounting of his time in Vale's Plain once again, telling Corio all about the fun adventures he and Captain Kelniace had on the ship. Mick notices that he has embellished quite a bit, making it sound like he has done a lot of the work taking out those ships and such.
Such an old man.
Yeah, honestly. Mick is going to respond to say, "Yes, quite a fascinating story, isn't it, Rolandir? Anyways, this seems like a good place to put you." And Mick will I think that Mick will still be gentle, but kind of like, come on, man. Like, anyways, and place Rolandia down on the ground by the campsite.
Corio will assist Mick in doing this, and as she does, she says, "That is quite the tale. I cannot imagine that you'd accomplish such vast things in so little a time. It seems perhaps, too, you and this Captain Kelnier had something between the two of you? No?
Well, I will say, perhaps she might have wanted to take a pass at me once or twice, but no, nothing more than just...
That's accurate. That's accurate.
She did take a pass at you multiple times.
But she was a dear friend, and yes, nothing more.
Yes, quite fascinating. However, did you do it all on your own? And Mick will kind of smile at this.
I suppose a detail here there has been lost. If I recall, actually, Mick, you yourself, you took down, what was it, an entire ship? Practically all by yourself.
Mick lights up from this. Why, yes, I did. Practically all by myself, although I hate to boast. But yes, I did, in fact, take down a whole ship. Go ahead.
Please, boast. I have heard tell of the lot of you, quite honestly, from Val and from his other agents.
What did he say?
She turns to Val as you ask her this. Just gives you a little shrug. Nothing specific, praise or no. It was just an accounting of your exploits up to then.
So they do talk about us. Well, anyways, Mick, I do believe that specific instance is worthy of a tale to be sung one day when we wrap this whole thing up.
Already in the works. Thank you, Rolandian. Corrido, tell me, did we leave out any details?
No. In fact, I would say that Vale's accounting of the events were a tinge more critical. Perhaps less impressive.
It looks like the fire needs tending to. Why don't you go about that?
You do it, Corio. You leave the conversation, not me.
Yes, I had planned to. And she'll nod and walk off and try to forage some sticks and branches and whatnot from what very, very little foliage is here.
Now that he's sitting down, Rolander's starting to feel the wear of even making this shorter journey since they haven't gone the whole day on his wounded leg, and so he's gonna redo the dressings on it, and he's gonna retighten the splint, shore things up, and then assist in any ways that he still can, whether that's prepping the food, helping cook it, whatnot.
No, it seems Luna and Brinier and Vamok, between the three of them, have made the meal good and ready as much as there is to ration out of the bit that they were able to capture. So you can stave off using Vamok's gathered rations from the demiplane for another meal, another day at least.
Sweet.
I think that as Rolandier tries to adjust and redress his splint, Mick is going to jump in and will say, "Here, let me help you with that." And we'll start wrapping.
Thank you. It wasn't as bad when we were walking, but I think I've got a long night ahead of me.
Rolandier.
Yes, Mick?
Oh, nothing. I just always find it funny that with every confrontation we have, it seems that you always end up injured.
Yes, hopefully that's something that doesn't hold true, especially when we meet Magister Mordin the next time. I don't know. I don't know what's motivating him right now to stick with Air. Obviously, he's already made this bond, but is he truly just wanting whatever future Air has for him? Does he think that he can outsmart him? I don't know how we're going to deal with him next time.
Corio returns to the two of you with some food for the both of you, since you're a little ways off from the campfire proper. And she proffers it to both of you and says, "Well, whatever happens when he returns, we should make short work of him. Believe me, I have heard tales of his exploits as well.
So what do you propose we do? Any ideas?
I propose we kill him. And we make it quick and painful.
Quick and painful.
I do not know what your personal dealings are with him, but I think you were removed from the world for a time, no? In this time, there were conflicts, and even now, in the wars that rage across Aegedon, the exploits of heirs Godborn, they are infamous, particularly against the kin and the sanguine. The man has a deep hatred for us, and he exacts it. I have heard tell of some of the atrocities committed. The revenge he enacted on the Ascendancy after Threshold was burned. I believe he took up residence in that city and took it personally.
Yes, well, as much as I would love to make it quick, and I agree, I think we at least all need to be prepared to use overwhelming force of intent against him. I don't think we can spare anything, because although he may be restrained in some aspects of his usage of intent, that which he can use is powerful and immense.
And do you believe we have the power and we're capable of killing him?
I think we can. We saw even then that although he harnessed enormous power, stopping the storm in its tracks for a time, he can push himself to a point. And although he's wary of that now, self-admittedly, he knows that is one of his weaknesses, is getting caught up in his ego. I think if we overwhelm his senses with our own power, it could trip him up. But what are you thinking? Why do you ask?
Well, maybe we could go forward with the prospect of killing him, but we don't know if that's a guarantee. Now, my proposal isn't necessarily a guarantee either, but what about the use of trickery? He said that all he wants is the heart of the void, right? And he'll leave us alone. Is that not true?
More or less. That is the task he's been ordered to carry out.
Well, what if we give it to him? But what he thinks is the heart of the void.
Corio will actually glance over her shoulder toward the campfire where Val sits and says, I do not believe everyone in your party would be an accomplice to that idea, especially a risky one like that. Besides, we have all seen it. You tried to replicate that thing. I cannot even keep my focus on it for more than 2 seconds.
I'm afraid that might be potentially more risky, just for that very fact. I don't know that Mordin would be so easily duped by an object that none of us can comprehend, let alone try to replicate, I imagine. Unless, and he kind of raises his voice a little bit to carry over to where Val is sitting, someone has made any progress on that front.
I assume you're talking to me.
Throwing ideas back and forth of what to do about Mordin next time he shows up. Mick mentioned the possibility of creating a duplicate.
Well, I mean, we've tossed the idea around before. I'm not opposed to it. I just don't know that it's possible to create something that would trick anyone into thinking it was the heart of the void. Particularly Mordin. I mean, he's an asshole, but he's not stupid.
Not stupid, but he's unaware.
That's a good point, but there's a quality to it. We've all seen it, we've all experienced it, that we can tell it is what it is. Even if you hadn't experienced that, like Mordin, I think he'd still be able to tell that it's not what it's supposed to be, should we make some kind of duplicate.
It's that sort of, I don't know, feeling of it that I want to try to replicate, but I frankly don't know if it's within my power to do so.
What about our combined power?
That is a possibility, but if I may say, doing so would require, according to my knowledge, tapping into a power that has been off limits to the denizens of Aegedon for as long as Egg has been around, no?
No, you are correct. It's beyond any of my understanding, at the very least.
At the mention of this power that they'd have to tap into, Relander says, I think that's precisely what may tip your plan a bit over the edge of too much risk, Mick. It would either require doing something sufficient to fool Mordin, which I don't think we possess the capability to do, or to try to infuse another object with the actual essence of this thing, which I don't want to attempt to do at the risk of that.
At the very least, though, a ruse might buy us a few precious seconds.
Perhaps as an aspect of our plan to attack him, the way to lower his defenses for a split second, create an opening.
Yes. I don't think he's going to walk away with a false heart of the void.
Nor do I think that he would just accept us giving up and giving it to him.
That is also true.
We don't have to make it easy. Play a little hard to get. You know what I'm saying?
Regardless of your approach, you all, it would be unwise to expend yourselves in any great way before a proper fight. Do you think that his Magister is the only one who seeks your deaths by the time we reach the mountain?
You have made it quite clear that there are plenty of others who do.
Yes. I have been trying to make that a point.
It has resonated with me.
I am not sure if or when we reach the Crown of Aegedon and this shrine or whatever, that we will be alone. Surely, once we come upon it, we will attract the attention of the ethereals. No matter how engaged they are with each other, they will be coming for you.
And you. Orlander says with a...
I am more than aware.
Well, regardless, I believe I have done something that could at least give us an inkling of an idea when Mordin is on his way back to return to us. I think we should have a basic plan how to approach the confrontation, and as soon as we get that warning carried out.
Do we think if I tried to feeble-mind him, it would have the same effect as what happened to Vermak before? Just make him an empty vessel for a god's power?
Perhaps. Although, I'm not sure that being godborn necessarily entails the same type of possession that Vermak claims to have experienced.
I don't believe it precludes one from being susceptible to such things, but remember that he is not just a godborn, but a godborn of air. And that's something we have never grappled with before.
I still don't quite fully understand what he meant when he talked of the limitations that have been placed on his power. He spoke of us still having complete freedom to use anything we will, but I don't know, does that mean that Mordin has lost his connection to intent and is instead channeling whatever it is that comes from the void?
I imagine that's the case, yes. Whatever power air draws upon. For it is certainly not intent, his brother has locked him out of that. I imagine that is what Mordin and air's forces are utilizing.
Could air use the heart of the void?
I do not believe so, by Mordin's own words. None of the ethereals can even touch the heart. Hence their need for proxies, champions such as ourselves, to use it in their stead.
I don't think they can even perceive it.
The nature of it is such that it is not an option for them. However, that does not preclude them from trying to heavily influence mortals to do their own bidding. I suspect that whatever deal Mordin believes he has made with air will be totally overridden by air's will if Mordin is to come in possession of the heart. I would not place the other ethereals beyond suspicion as well. Even our patrons I do not trust completely, and I would not put it past any one of them to try to use their connection with us, to use the heart of the void in their own self-interest. It is what I would do.
Well, I think all that being said, our recommendation still stands. We need to just overpower him, remove him from the equation as quickly as possible.
There may be something that we could try.
And Vermak will reach into his pocket and he'll pull out the gem that has Natsunero imprisoned inside of it.
If we were able to procure a gemstone or something perhaps of a similar fashion, we could try imprisoning Mordin, such as we did now. Or, conversely, I could attempt to detonate the soul of this drake in a similar manner to the way that I did to Fornost.
Killing us all in the process?
Or just himself.
It would perhaps require a bit of finesse, but As long as one of us were to survive, he says, looking directly at Val, I think it would be a worthwhile sacrifice.
Perhaps we can consider our other options before we unleash the Drake, so to speak. I like the idea of trapping him as you once did before. It's possible you've demonstrated, Vermak. Why not do it again?
We would need another container.
And if I'm being honest, I think he just got lucky.
I do not know if I would say I was lucky, perhaps somewhat cunning. Undoubtedly, it took Natsuniro off guard, and that is very likely the reason that it worked. I believe Mordin to be more of a conniving weasel than this Drake. I would not put it past them to see such a trick coming.
Well, perhaps we can think on it, and if we have any better ideas, or other ideas at all. Val just kind of shrugs, like he doesn't know how to solve any of these problems, and that irritates him. But then he shakes his head and says, whatever we do, it needs to have as high a survivability for the rest of you as possible, regardless of if I make it to the top. By myself, as Quario has said, the instant we arrive there, all eyes will be on us, and I will not be able to survive that alone.
Looking back at Vermak, Lander will say, I personally don't know how many more times we can access the intent of our patron gods, but I think it might be a worthy usage to apply some sort of protection against, well, our deaths from here on out. I know we have more of us who can apply such a spell now. I don't know if we want to wait until we get closer to this peak, but it might be a good practice just any time that we're moving, perhaps even before we rest for the night, that we apply it to ourselves.
I agree. It would be most prudent to apply a ward to prevent an untimely death. But I would not want the strain of enacting such a ward on each of us to fall solely upon Tentavel. Therefore, I will teach each of you the markings and the methods of applying this, and you each can apply it to yourselves as you see fit.
That seems fair.
Right. And then Vermak will just nod and take the next however long, 15, 20 minutes, showing everybody how to cast the spell Death Ward.
As you take this time, and it's a little bit longer than 15 to 20 minutes, it's a good few hours to learn and teach how to construct and to enact this in a safe and proper way. For Mick and Val, it's a little easier, as if there was some hidden recollection of this process already embedded within your minds. And it comes to you just like that, much easier than it does for the others in your party.
As Vermak sees that everybody is now proficient in casting this spell, he'll give one final warning.
Remember, this is not a magical cure-all that will prevent you completely from dying. It simply prevents your soul from exiting your body when it normally would. But any wounds will still remain on your body. If you are pierced through the heart, it may only prolong your suffering.
Well, regardless, thank you. Well, I think I'm going to finish off my portion of this mighty fine meal provided for us by just gesturing to those who went on the hunting party, and then get whatever sleep I can. And Lander's gonna hobble over and do just that.
Anyone else want to do anything before lights out?
Val will take another look at the Heart of the Void, just in any, please help me out here, bro. That's kind of the vibes. Anything that he can glean from it in any meaningful way to try to replicate or make a dupe that would even trick somebody for 10 minutes, he would take.
Roll investigation.
Okay. One of these days I'm gonna get a good investigation roll. 21.
It again solidifies when you look at it, coming into clearer and clearer focus. The facets of the crystals, the angles of the metal, It all seems to be coming into a cohesive whole before, again, it kind of just shatters and goes back to its swirling, changing, imperceptible thing.
Can I hold that image of what it looks like when it is solid in my mind at all, or does that sort of slip away?
That, this time, remains.
Okay. Val is thinking, tinkering away in his brain.
But as the day goes on and it is well into night, a ceiling of fog and clouds descends upon you, and even the fire offers little warmth. Come morning, a heavy fog covers you as you awake, the freezing cold chilling you all to the bone. Though the night's conditions were aided by the fire, you still all gain 1 strain. And as you eat, pack up, and set out, you hike only a little ways through this fog that blocked your view the day before finally breaking out above it, and are greeted with an awesome sight. A carpet of rolling clouds blankets the world all the way to the horizon. Small peaks poke up and through the threshold, the twilight sun locked in place, shining off these snow-capped summits. It's majestic at the very least, but even more inspiring, imposing perhaps is a better word, is the mountain upon which you stand. Its peak in the near distance. A carved set of giant stairs spiraling up its side come down and end mere feet from where you stand. Keeping up your current pace, you'll summit the mountain by the end of the day. The Crown of Aegedon awaits you.